When we think of the Nativity, we picture three wise men, Melchior, Gaspar, and Balthazar. They followed a star, bringing gold, frankincense, and myrrh to the infant Jesus. Their story is a cornerstone of Christian tradition, symbolizing the world's recognition of divine birth. But what if I told you there's a legend of a fourth wise man? A figure absent from the manger, missing from the Gospels, yet who might hold the most profound spiritual key of all. This isn't just a forgotten piece of history. The fourth wise man is an archetype, a symbol for the inner spiritual journey, the one that many of us are on today. He represents the seeker, the doubter, and the pilgrim of the heart. So where does this story come from? The Gospels are surprisingly vague about the Magi. They don't mention a number, names, or their exact origins. The idea of three comes from the three gifts they brought. This ambiguity left the door open for other traditions to emerge: apocryphal stories, medieval legends, and mystical interpretations. The most famous version of the fourth wise man says story comes from an 1895 tale by Henry Van Dyke called The Story of the Other Wise Man. In this beautiful narrative, a man named Artaban sees the same star as the other Magi. He prepares his own precious gifts, a sapphire, a ruby, and a pearl of great price, and sets off to join them. But he is constantly delayed. On his journey, he encounters people in desperate need. He stops to help a dying man. He uses one of his treasures to ransom a child from soldiers. He spends years tending to the sick and the poor. He never makes it to Bethlehem. He arrives in Jerusalem 33 years too late, just in time to witness the crucifixion. As he prepares to offer his last remaining jewel to save a young woman from being sold into slavery, he sees Jesus on the cross. Artaban feels like a failure. He missed his divine appointment. But at that moment, he hears a voice, seemingly from the crucified Christ, saying, "Truly I tell you, whatever you did for one of the least of these brothers and sisters of mine, you did for me." His entire life of service was, in fact, his true offering. This story isn't meant to be taken as literal history. It's an initiatory myth, a powerful metaphor for a different kind of spiritual path. The fourth wise man is an archetype for the soul on a journey. While the other three follow an external star, a clear sign in the heavens, Artaban seems to follow an inner star, the star of compassion. His path isn't direct or glorious. It's messy, human, and full of interruptions. He represents not the one who already knows, but the one who is still seeking, still trying, and often feels like they're falling short. This highlights a profound difference in wisdom. The three Magi offer symbolic gifts: gold for kingship, frankincense for divinity, and myrrh for death and sacrifice. Theirs is a ritual wisdom and offering of objects. But the fourth wise man's offering is his entire life. He offers compassion, service, and love made real in the present moment. His gift isn't an object he carries, but the very way he lives. He embodies wisdom rather than just presenting it. This leads us to the deepest spiritual meaning of the myth. On an initiatory level, the fourth wise man teaches us that the spiritual path is often not a straight line. It's a journey filled with trials and setbacks. It's not about arriving at a destination perfectly on time, but about maintaining fidelity to your inner compass, to love and compassion, even when you feel lost. The knowledge he gains isn't from ancient texts or celestial signs, but from the raw experience of human suffering and the choice to alleviate it. Here lies the sacred paradox of his story. By missing the infant Jesus, he finds the living Christ everywhere else. He doesn't find God in the designated sacred place at the designated time. Instead, he finds the divine in the face of the suffering stranger, the oppressed, and the forgotten. In a radical spiritual shift, he recognizes God not in a hallowed, perfect form, but in broken, vulnerable humanity. He learns that every act of kindness, every moment of selfless help, was its own form of worship. Because of this, the fourth wise man is a figure of universal consciousness. He transcends any single religion. He is Christic in a mystical sense, embodying the principle that the divine is found in the other, and that true spirituality is expressed through compassionate action. He resonates with the Bodhisattva in Buddhism, who postpones their own enlightenment to help all suffering beings. He echoes the hidden righteous ones in Jewish Kabbalah, whose secret good deeds sustain the world. He is the anonymous initiate, working for the good without needing recognition or a title. In an esoteric reading, you could see the four Magi as a complete symbolic key. The first three represent the established structures of spirituality, knowledge, ritual, and tradition. They are the visible, organized path. But the fourth represents something else: consciousness, embodiment, and pure unconditional love. He is the awakened heart that gives life to the structure. He is the invisible initiate, the sincere seeker who doubts, who feels they don't belong, but who keeps walking the path of love anyway. In this way, he is the perfect spiritual guide for our modern world, where the quest for meaning often happens not in a temple or a monastery, but in the messy, beautiful chaos of ordinary life. So, what is the message for us today? The myth of the fourth wise man is incredibly liberating. It tells you that it's okay if you feel like you've missed the mark. It's okay to doubt, to wander, to feel like you've arrived too late. It's okay if you don't connect with the traditional symbols or rituals. The story teaches that if you choose compassion in this moment, if you choose to be present for the person in front of you, if you choose to embody love through your actions, then you haven't missed anything at all. You are already on the path. You are already at the destination. In the end, the fourth wise man isn't a forgotten historical character. He is a mirror reflecting our own deepest spiritual potential. He represents the soul in motion, the initiate without a temple, the pilgrim of the heart. He reminds us that the true encounter with the sacred doesn't happen in a distant past or a perfect future. It happens right here, right now, in the present moment where our love becomes action. And in that sense, the fourth wise man isn't absent from the Nativity at all. He is still walking, still serving, still seeking within each and every one of us. Thank you for watching. If this story resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into the hidden depths of spirituality.